What's up? If this is your first episode listening, I'm Squirrel. If this is not your first episode and you saw last episode, this is the Chikorita that has Grass Whistle. We need it for the boss that's coming up. Spoiler alert. So you can see we got some really good IVs on it when it hatched. Pretty happy about that. And we're going to be able to perfect that speed IV, by the way, using the IV stone. So, Giratina's coming now. And we're starting off in Erebus City, where we just beat up our dad for being a bad anime dad. Yeah. Just going to go ahead and exit this cave. We now have Hyperspace Hole, which is Hoopa's special ability. That allows us to get back to the real world, out of our dream world. So Nora's going to call us and she's going to say, hey, she's seen the second Augur. If you don't know what the Augur is, he's like a superhero who beats up bad guys who are called cultists in this game. Just saw the second Augur fighting a Giratina cultist. Cool. So we'll go ahead and we'll go to that city where it's happening. By the by, it's interesting that in this game, we have these things called Augurs and cultists, and you just get so used to it. You're just like, why isn't this like the real Pokemon game? Like, that would be so freaking cool if we had actual like adult storytelling in real Pokemon games. But we're going to head on over to this fight scene. They're apparently still fighting by the time it takes us to actually fly there. Rayquaza, who I assume is Mega Rayquaza, is going to lose to Garchomp, and it's just a regular grunt, which is crazy because we fight the grunts later and they are not that strong. But Rayquaza gets beat up, and Jaern comes up to us and blames us, and he's also getting caught in 4K, so everybody gets to see him losing because everything's in like it's screened like stream live. It's kind of like the real world, so everybody got to see him lose. Now we have to go down to Crystal Cave. You see me teaching both Delta Blastoise and Delta Hydreigon Dragon Pulse because we already know that Jaern, as the leader of the Sky Cult, has an affinity for Dragon types. So we're not even going to waste our time. Also, our Meganium has Moonblast, which is hopefully going to help. We'll see. This guy is such a sore loser. So, Aegislash doesn't really have good options against us, so we're just going to start with Calm On, and then we'll go into Lava Plume. Unfortunately, Dazzling Gleam at level 85 is not one-shotting the Salamence. But it may not be that unfortunate because we get to waste a lot of his full restores, and I'm actually kind of glad about that. I mean, we know Mega Rayquaza is eventually coming out, and having to deal with that thing with full restores would probably not work out for us. So you see, Delta Hydreigon is not able to outspeed Mega Rayquaza, unfortunately. And of course, Delta Blastoise can't either, so it just gets one shot. And here I'm thinking, oh, do I have anything that works? And the answer is, no, I do not. Look at my last 2 Pokemon. I tried setting up Tailwind and they just, yeah, do that. Then of course Vespiquen is just a little too weak to withstand that. So, L. Of course I'm not actually going to black out. We'll go into it again. I'm a little salty after getting swept by Mega Rayquaza. I also forgot to save before this battle, so I had to redo that entire cutscene all over again. But the magic of video editing means you don't have to see it. By the way, if you enjoy this kind of content, hit the like button so I can, register that. Because sometimes people like the videos and sometimes people don't. I just don't know. Like, episode 7 got 5 likes when I was like super excited about that. But then it didn't happen for episode 8, so I'm like, what did I do wrong? I don't know. I don't think I changed too much. Alright, so we're back in the situation again. Mega Rayquaza is tearing us up. I mean, we got 5 Pokemon left, but realistically, what are we going to do about it? Draco Meteor, please? No, did not work. And I'm just looking down the line like, what do I have? What do I even have? Nothing. I have nothing. It had Earthquake. Yeah. What am I going to switch in? Nothing. So, this is where we do what we always do when we're getting swept by a boss. We find our focus sash and we put it on them. Yeah. This time we're going to put on Roserade because she can handle it. Alright, so leading out. Again, Calm Mind on Vespiquen. And then start hitting those lava plumes. Should be a one-shot. And we're going to go ahead and Dazzling Gleam the next out. Silence, we know it's not going to one-shot, but we also know that that's a good thing because it gets to waste off all those hyper potions, hopefully. Or rather, full restores, excuse me. And while that's happening, we also get to restore our health with lefties. Take a little under half from the outrage when we restore a little bit. Dazzling Gleam. Pay attention to our PP as we're repeating this Dazzling Gleam. So that's a solid hit, a little over half. He swaps out, beautiful. So we got that damage for free because he chose to DD up. Goodra is a threat though with its Muddy Water. But fortunately he missed the second Muddy Water and now he's down to red health. He's going to Fire Blast, which is not the right move there, but it did hit. Now Rayquaza is back out. And now I am absolutely out of PP. So the only thing I can do here is Lava Plume because maybe I get that 30% burn chance. He does choose a DD up this time. And now I did not get the burn, so I'm kind of screwed. This is a situation where I normally, honestly for this fight, I should have swapped Delta Scyther back in. But our Focus Sash Roserade is able to finish off Mega Rayquaza. just get finished off itself by Lucario, who revenge kills it with, who gets revenge killed by Delta Hydreigon, and Delta Hydreigon is just going to go crazy. Oh, he gets a burn. So he's just going to say some salty stuff because he's a salty mug. We're going to ignore him because who cares about his feelings? Facts go over your feelings, Jaern. And now we're going to go back to Selene City and the mysterious hideaway grotto. And we're going to learn Giga Drain on our Meganium. Later on, we're going to face a boss in inverse battle moves. And because of how bad Grass is as an attacking type normally, it's actually really, really good, really strong in inverse battles. So we're going to teach it over Hidden Power Ground. And we're going to head right back to the Crystal Caves because now we have to go through the Void Gauntlet. This puzzle always throws me off. Not this one, but the one right next after it. I guess that one kind of threw me off too, though. Yeah, this one, I need to watch some speedruns because I swear there's a faster way to do this. But every time I see it, I'm just like, what do I do? How do I use my hands here? But yeah. Just need to move this to the left and then that one up there to the right, and then you're through. So I don't know if this is the same dude who just beat up Jaern, but who knows? Also, how did these guys get the ability to use Hoopa's teleportation power? Or do they just like come with that because of their lore? Oh, by the way, I should probably tell you what's going on. So the Giratina Corvus are like, they're under the mastermind of this world, or you could say of this world, but of this entire story. So this is like the final true boss of the story, right? Like, there's going to be more bosses, obviously, because we're not even in post game yet. We haven't even beat the Elite Four yet. But as far as the main plot line goes with all the codes and stuff, this is the actual final, like, mastermind of the story, the biggest bad of the big bads. By the way, there's a Mew statue there. I don't know what it does, but I think it opens that room on the bottom right here. So you're going to see me, sometimes I'll leave the fights in against the Giratina cultists. Sometimes I won't. I'll fight them all just because this is really your only chance to fight them. And I don't like leaving trainers unfought. But to show them all would be monotonous viewing for you guys, so I'm not going to. Nerepex Forest, I don't know what game this is from. I think it's from another fan game that these dudes made. The dudes behind Pokémon Insurgence. But I don't know like what it's actually from. I never played the games before this. Oh, by the way, we're going to reteach our Pokemon what we forgot in order to learn Dragon Pulse, because dragons are terrible attacking typing. So that's Delta Hydreigon getting Flamethrower back. Then sometimes these trees have goodies on them, so just check them out. If you want some more goodies, you can take the statue down here, go to the left hand side, and it'll take you to another warp station right there. You see me, I'm always indecisive. I just go back up and look around like, I don't know if I want to go that way. Okay, I'll go. So you get Terminus Cave, but there's only like really like a couple of ways you can go in here. So you can get a max revival over there, a potion over here, nothing over here. There might be a hidden item, but I didn't see it. I think that was a heavy ball. That was the last one. Then you come back out. Giratina cultist will probably catch you slipping if you're me. An ancient ball, which is a neat little thing to have for the next boss that's coming up. And then Pokemon Village, again, I don't know what game this is from, but in the upper left-hand corner here, watch out for the Giratina cultists because there are a few of them. You can get the TM4 Toxic, TM06. And you see me find it there. So if you want to run your stall team of your dreams, now you can. I don't run stall because that takes too many brain cells, so you know, hyper offense all the way. I'm not doing it, guys. You'll never see me stalling out. All right. Another Zoroark tricking me. When not Audrey, what's her name? Persephone did that. Threw my Rose Raid all the way off. Hey, you can surf on rocks and on land. Pixie Plate, if you needed to increase the damage of your fairy moves, you can do it that way. And now we're going into the unknown dungeon, which is just one room here. I should check those rocks for goodies, by the way. I did not check those rocks. There's a choice scarf here. And then a healing zone, which you're not going to see it because of the magic of editing, but I did abuse the crap out of that. Every fight I like ran back. So you're going to see a lot of funny chops where I'm teleporting it like this one. And you just don't see, I teleport a couple steps away. Yeah, that was me running back and coming back. And I'm going to keep doing that throughout the rest of the Void Gauntlet every time I get into a fight. But what if I left them behind? Why would I bring the things that you know what I'm saying? Why would I bring the shards of the crystals that you're telling me to bring? See, that's the, like, me, and granted, the closest, the safest place to have anything is on yourself, especially if it's that, what you call it, if it's that precious, you'd probably keep it on yourself, on your person at all times. But still, why would I be bringing you exactly what you want? Why would I be going this way at all? By the way, this is where you get the Dragon Claw TM02. So if you have a strong dragon type that needs it, there you go. And up here in the top left, I don't know how you get that to that item if you can get to it. There's a few items and doors in the game that you can't get to. Got a max potion up there. But yeah, you keep moving forward. Spear Pillar, obviously from Diamond and Pearl. This is the most important item that's actually down here because you can get Meganiumite. And also there is I just saw that rock climb TM there. So I guess you can use rock climb there. By the way, that other item, now I remember that other item, there was a rock climb ledge there too. So that's how you get that other item as well. So yeah, there's a few rock climb targets for when you get it. I love how they put rock climb in post game, just in case you wanted to get stuff early. And I hate how they put Meganium's Megastone so deep in the game. Now, granted, Meganium is like the best option for this particular battle, but still. All right, so once you enter the Throne of Hedramon, or really the building ahead of us, you are no longer able to exit. So anything you need to do, you better make your peace. You walk in here with 6 level 1 Weedles, you screwed up. So anyway, go ahead and grab your Mewtwo Knights. They're hidden here. You don't have a Mewtwo yet, but you will get one eventually. And finally, you meet the true culprit, the final culprit, cultist lead of the game. She's going to tell you she's not a cult leader. She's a cult leader. She's the leader of all the cults, technically, because her little web of lies is what caused the manipulation that caused all these evil cults to pop up. Which, she's going to say she's not evil, but her actions indirectly caused mass deaths. Realistically, like we saw dudes getting bombed in caves, people getting sacrificed. Like, how many people have died in this game just to say, well, we're not evil, we just use psychological tricks? Oh yeah, and yeah, there's a lot of people who technically have zero blood on their hands directly, but they did some talking and people started getting murked. And that's exactly how I feel about this Giratina cult. Anyway, the whole point of the story is that there's two worlds, right? Our world and the antimatter world. And the antimatter world sucks because Arceus beat Giratina up, according to them. And because of that, everything over there sucks, and our world is all happy and pretty. Like, they used to look like us, but now they don't look like us because they've been subjected to all these horrors, right? So they're not really trying to murder us all, but the actions that they're going to have to take will murder us all. So we're like, why would I help you do that? Because, I mean, we're not trying to live your life. You're trying to live our life. But, I mean, it sucks to suck, but yeah, no, I'm not going to go through hell just because you've gone through hell. It's food for thought, like well-intentioned extremism, TV tropes, right? But I'm not really going to parse words. If your quality of life depends on my downfall, I'm sorry, but I'm not. Hold that. Like, I will fight for my quality of life. Anyway, you're able to heal here, which is great because otherwise you'd be screwed. Because remember, you cannot exit this building. So, remember how I said Meganium's the best Pokemon for this particular battle? That comes with a caveat. Watch this. So, the game plan is simple. We're going to use Grass Whistle, then we're going to Calm Mind up, and then we're going to Giga Drain. And because of Giga Drain, we're going to heal off all the damage that we take. However, our first attempt, we miss Grass Whistle, and we take tons of damage and get paralyzed. Second attempt, we miss Grass Whistle, take tons of damage. That's not good. Third attempt, we miss Grass Whistle, take tons of damage. And at this point, I am checking on Grass Whistle's accuracy because I know it's a 55 accuracy move, but I just want to make sure that Pokemon Insurgence knows that. Fourth attempt, we miss Grass Whistle, take tons of damage. And at this point, I'm pissed. And now finally here on the fifth attempt, we land Grass Whistle, right? So now we're going to try to see him up. Starting up our Calm Minds. It crits with Thunderbolt, and now we're basically dead anyway. Now I'm going to try to Giga Drain. Remember, this is an inverse battle, so he takes reduced damage. So that was why it was kind of important for me to not take that much damage to start with. However, we do have 3 Calm Minds up, so we're going to try. However, Greninja here gets the 10% freeze chance. Yeah, and I'm pissed. Alright, so 6th battle. Grass Whistle works. Calm Mind. Mega Evolving while we're doing it because I forgot to do it the first time. Alright, not that bad. Grass Whistle misses. That's kind of bad. Alright, Calm Mind number 2. At this point I'm saying it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Alright, we got some health back. Not great. Need a Grass Whistle again. Need the Giga Drain again. You can tell I thought about it a bit. Alright, health isn't all that bad. Grass Whistle hits again. I'm on a roll. One more Calm Mind. One more Giga Drain. Get some health up. He hits back with Earth Power. He full restores. That's a mistake. I'm at over 80% hit points. What do? Moonblast him. Alright. Now we're off to the races. We gotta hit Greninja up. He's gonna Ice Beam. I expected that. Gonna Giga Drain it though. All our health is back. This is exactly what we envisioned from the start. Now, here's a slight misplay. I am going to Grass Whistle here. And you're going to understand why it's a misplay in a second. So I Grass Whistle here. Then I Giga Drain. And you can kind of just tell that I didn't need to do all that, because I would have one-shot with the Moonblast anyway. But it works out anyway. Now, I have IVs in the level set specifically to make sure that I don't get outsped by that Breloom, because the Seed Bomb is dangerous. Exeggutor with 3 Calm Minds never stood a chance. Not one chance. So I'm talking about that Giga Drain being very, very powerful. Now, here's another misplay. I should Giga Drain here because it's neutral. Yeah, it's neutral. However, I'm scared of his Stab Earthquake, because Stab Earthquake will probably knock me out. And honestly, if he has a dragon move too, it'll probably hurt. So I go for Thunderbolt because I think, well, it should be 4 times effective, but it's not. So now I'm getting hit by that same Stab Earthquake, and I'm like, what? Oh, that barely did over half. I should have Giga Drained him, because I would have regained all that enough health back for it to not matter. But regardless, we're just going to push. Lava Plume is enough, coming off stab from Delta Vesper Queen, to put Garchomp down, and we finally beat the true culprit of this whole story. Now remember, Nyx bet that whoever lost would never be able to come back to this throne of the hegemon, which means that she banished herself. Bye-bye. So, anyway, what's done is already done though. So Giratina is still coming, and it's coming with more power than it's ever had before to try to destroy our world. What that effectively means is that it's going to go into primal form, and when it's in primal form, it only has one weakness, and that's rock. It has a 2 times weakness to rock. However, we have a Master Ball that we got earlier from the the Shade Forest hideout for the Cult of Darkrai. So we could just throw that at it, or we could do it the hard way, roll up our sleeves. And I'm going to do it the hard way here because I do have an Ancient Ball that I want to throw at it. So what I should have done here is I should have brought a Timid or a Naive Ralts or Curly or a Gardevoir with Synchronize in order to make sure that it's the correct nature that I want it to be. However, I didn't know that I need to do that, so I just kind of have to roll it like, I think I rolled it like a dozen times till I got the correct nature. I ended up getting a Naive one because I wanted to have Shadow Force too. So Meganium is actually really good at this too. Because of Grass Whistle being able to put it to sleep, it's actually possible to catch it with Ancient Ball. Which, Ancient Ball is strong, but it's not that strong, you know. It's like I would say it's like a 1 in 3 chance of actually catching. And when you only have one of those, it's kind of, you know what I mean? It's kind of reliable. Alright, well, anyway, that is the end of the actual, I don't want to say the whole cultist plot, but that's the main cultist plot over and done with. Alright. Now, this guy, King Vesserin, is going to, you know what I mean? He's going to take the crystals from us because why wouldn't I entrust it to people who lost it in the first place? Go ahead and escape rope out. and head on about our merry day. So what they told us in those cutscenes was basically, hey, you should go to the Pokemon League and beat the Elite Four. So where are we going? To the Pokemon League to beat the Elite Four. Gotta head to Naratown for that. And then go through Nexa Border. We can finally pass the gate. By the way, I am confused as to how people are living on this side of the border if nobody is allowed across the border. Alright, cool. So, the most important thing in Nexa Town is the move tutor for a whole bunch of strong fighting moves, as well as the 3 elemental punches and blaze kick. There's some other stuff you'll be able to get here too after beating the Elite Four, but that's the main thing. And also over here, you're able to get an ancient ball, a second one. Over there's a rare candy, if I'm not mistaken, on the top right side. And here's that move tutor I was telling you about. That time I went kind of fast. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. There you go. You can see the 3 elemental punches, blaze kick, and then a whole bunch of other stuff like super power, high jump kick, blah blah blah. Mega kick as well if you need that for a normal stab. And then yeah, oh, that was an X special defense times 3. But yeah, through this upper area here, we could finally enter the Victory Road. Alright, so Victory Road has a couple of important TMs. Well, I guess we're going to talk about fights first. The fights here are what you'd expect for Victory Road in this game. Pretty intense. That was a belly drum Linoon. That is try hard for this game. I'm surprised it didn't have extreme speed. By the way, that TM you just saw above us was Earthquake. We're going to swing back and get it later. But as far as what's going on right now, you're just going to watch me beat up people. Thanks for watching. I tried to speed up to a point where it's not going to be like boring. Like you can still understand what's going on, but it's not like monotonous. I hope that worked out. By the way, if you go to this rock right here, you end up getting Blazikenite for your Mega Blaziken if you want that. There is an area to catch Torchic earlier in the game, but it's like a 1% chance of getting it. But yeah, if you want that cheat code, because Blaziken, Mega Blaziken especially is a living cheat code, yeah, for sure, go ahead and grab that. And here I'm just gonna accidentally fall off the ledge, so now I gotta go back up. I'm not gonna fight every trainer in Victory Road because that would be monotonous, but there's some that you just literally cannot avoid. And this is where I realized, hey, I should probably get rid of Giga Drain, because Giga Drain's not useful outside of, yeah, outside of extremely specific battles. And up here is where you can catch a very, very powerful Delta, actually. Delta Petilil, which can become Delta Lilligant. It is a fire water type with Tail Glow. Ridiculously strong. And good stats too. So I might actually end up getting that for the Elite Four if things go badly during my first couple of challenges against the Elite Four. We'll see. Yeah. So this lady tells us, hey, your journey's just through the end of your journey's through this door. So we believe her, right? And you believed her? Yeah, we believe her. So we go through the door. And it's Victory Road Frost. And now this guy's going to troll us and say, you didn't think that was actually going to be the end. There's 3 parts. The nightmare is only beginning. So anyway, now we know that we have to do 2 more whole areas to this Victory Road. Technically, it's 3 because there's Victory Road, Frost, and then there's Victory Road Ice, which is inside of Victory Road Frost. It's just like ice mazes, by the way. By the way, we're going to talk about Victory Road Ice when that comes up, because I've got some complaints. It's not really against the game itself, it's more against the fact that I can't actually complete Victory Road Ice. Alright. So, healing up. Moon Milk is still goated. Even though it's cow milk, not goat milk. Alright. Now, here we're going to be able to get 12 more snowballs. So you're going to see that start happening right about now. That's snowball number 1, snowball number 2, snowball number 3, snowball number 4. Get into a fight by accident. By the way, I learned that the new moon weather can actually it actually increases the power of Surf by 50%, which makes Surf way stronger on Delta Hydreigon than I thought it was going to be. So we're going to keep running that. All right, number 5. That was snowball number 5. Number 6. All right, so here's the problem with JOI play. Yeah, if you go too far on the ice, you just crash out. I don't know if it's just my phone. Maybe my processor wasn't strong enough, even though I have a very strong processor in my phone. But yeah, you can see every time I tried it, like that time I was taking the correct path, could not do it. I actually looked up the correct path just to see if it was physically possible. So at the end of the day, I just end up enabling cheats just to get past that one part. But anyway, we're back to business. So I'm on number 7. By the way, if you go down here into this little alcove between the rocks, right there on the bottom right side here, that's where you're going to get the TM for Blizzard, TM14. There you go. Because Lord knows you're not getting Ice Beam anytime soon. So that was snowball number 8 and 9, by the way. That just flashed by. So, ice number 2, the second ice maze, you can do. You can do, or at least I can do it. So you just see me managing the movements here. That was the left. Sometimes my screen record just falls off. The right. Then you just walk down and right on the edge of this sandy path. I know I'm kind of taking my slow time doing it, but it's my first time trying. And I'm honestly interested in if my game's going to crash at this point. That was a risky one. I'm surprised I didn't crash there. And that one too. But we made it through. We're back to Victory Road Frost. What are we up to? 9, right? So there should be 3 more left. So that was number 10. That's number 11. And there's the last one, number 12. And we're finally in the last part of Victory Road, the ruins. Fortunately, this part's not really as intense as the last 2. There's like a couple unskippable fights, but for the most part, you just kind of fly through this. And you literally just skip most of these people by surfing. Oh, Hydreigon versus Hydreigon. Alright. Now we've finally made it to the Pokemon League. Over on your left-hand side, they have a couple of important TMs that you might have missed. However, if you've gotten all the TMs, then it'll literally just be the HM for strength. There's a rare candy on your right-hand side that just flashed by. And here, you talk to this guy who just kind of tells you, hey, do you have a Revenge Killer? Which is Smogon language, so you can tell this is made for competitive players. And then you have a dude who's going to challenge you to beat all the Elite Four without any Pokemon fainting at all. Yeah, good luck. I'm going to say that's going to be one of the hardest things you can imagine doing. This is a dude who's going to sell you honey for 20,000 gold. That's cool, but we don't need it. I don't even know what you'd use it for, honestly. What do you use honey for like that? It's been a very, very long time since I played Gen 4. I know there's a event earlier in the game with Delta IPOM you can use honey for, and then another event with what you call it, what's his name, Delta Wooper, but honestly it's not necessary. But regardless, we're just going to buy supplies here. That's what we're really doing. We're buying supplies for Elite Four. The goal is to not get knocked out, obviously, to not lose any Pokemon. I am going to try not to lose any Pokemon, honestly, because I would like to get those Pokemon. But yeah, that'll be it. That's honestly, we've made it to Victory Road. I'm going to start out the next episode with those battles against the Elite Four. And yeah, I hope it's entertaining. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode as always. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed and you want to see more of this action. And yeah, I mean, peace. Shoot, it's been fun. It's been Squirrel World. Peace.